wonder if they sell many of these.
Oh my God, what is it?
It's a scorpion.
Is it?
Yeah, really cuddly.
I can't get him
Scorpion.
back in there now.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd.
Giveaway time!
I reckon, and it's a good one too. Not one, but 3 copies of The Explorer Way. These books are literally as rare as hen's teeth.
They really are, actually. Now, we picked up a copy of this 2 years ago when we first did the Explorer's Way from Adelaide to Darwin, and it was so popular then, and we gave that copy away. So we thought, well, let's do it again. We could only find 3. Now, we stopped at every single roadhouse possible while we were out there in the Red Centre. So this is it. If you want one of these bad boys, you've got to enter this competition.
Okay, and it's very easy to enter. All you have to do is be subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's hard to believe, but 67% of people who watch our show aren't subscribed.
What are you doing?
Look, I tell you what, we get told that it's a bit of a pain in the from Google to actually subscribe, but
Yes.
it's not that hard. It's quite easy. As long as you set up a Gmail account,
Yep.
then you hit subscribe. You'll be in the running to win one of these awesome books.
Yeah, awesome. And everybody who is subscribed, obviously, is already in the draw. And if you're having problems subscribing, drop us a message on Facebook or Instagram. We'll help you do it. These guides are so fantastic. If you are planning to do this Red Centre road trip or heading from Adelaide to Darwin or vice versa, you will want one of these because they're just jam-packed full of so much great information. What I love about it is the amount of history that's in here, all the incredible events that have taken place out in this particular part of Australia over time. There's campgrounds, there's tips, there's all of the tourist information, the experiences to be done, you name it.
It is known as the greatest road trail in Australia. All right, and as Katie said, jam-packed. It's in fact over 160 pages of goodness.
Yes.
And at the back of the book, there's even 6 free postcards that you can send to your loved ones while you're out here.
Yeah, exactly. Skype and say, don't you wish you were out here with us?
All right, it is that simple. All you have to do is subscribe. You have to be in it to win it. I think it's time to get on with the rest of the adventure.
Awesome, let's do it.
All right, Explorer's Way.
Good morning, everyone. And
Good morning.
Snug as a bug back there. Look at you, mate. Got your blankie on.
3 hours and 11 minutes.
Yes, okay. Goodbye from Uluru. You are spot on, Jasper. But here we come, Kings Canyon.
Awesome.
The other major highlight out in this region. In fact, there is 20 of them, but Kings Canyon, Uluru, 2 bucket list items.
Yeah.
The Kings Canyon Rim Walk.
Oh.
Wow, spectacular. And there's a new light show out there by the same artist who did the Field of Lights here.
Yes, Bruce Munro. He's got some light towers out there at the Kings Canyon Resort.
Okay, which we haven't stayed at before, but we're going to give it a go because we've got limited time, and that way we'll get to see his new light installation as well. So we've got, probably closer to 4 hours by the time we actually
305 kilometres.
stop and have a cuppa, and we'll go by Curtin Springs, and we'll tell you about an interesting experience there. If you were going to overnight there, we'll tell you about that when we get there. We'll fill up one of our tanks with water.
Yep.
And we'll be good to go.
Yeah, how's this wind? It's really gusty today, so hopefully once we get out on the road, it's not going to be so full on.
Look, we're very fortunate. We've got the best of the weather.
The days have been picture perfect, like blue skies against the red of the earth. It's a photographer's dream, darling.
It is. It's magical. All right, let's get on the road. You good? Let's go.
Okay, we've got the tunes cranked, ready for the road trip.
On a road trip with Jasper Roo. On a road trip, tripping out, yo. Beatbox, baby. Okay, Yulara Shell Station, $2.59.9, bargain. All right, but look, is it $1 cheaper than Curtin Springs, Katie?
Yes, it is.
So there you go. So we thought, well, let's top up. Let's get ourselves completely full on our way to Kings Canyon, and then we'll be out to the National Highway 1 at a place called Earldunda, which is the turning point when you're coming in to see Uluru and stay at Ayers Rock Resort. So there, and then we're on to Alice Springs. In fact, we probably won't fill up now till we get to Alice Springs. We'll check out Earldunda though, because it's an interesting road stop, and you can also camp there. All right, Curtin Springs is our pit stop to grab water, as we said, so let's do that, and we're on the road.
Join us for the ultimate off-road caravan and four-wheel drive tour with our good mate Tony from Australian 4x4 Treks.
Now this is more than just a tag along across the Gulf, with experiences, interactive workshops that make this the complete holiday package and the adventure of a lifetime.
We're joining Tony as guest to film this epic road trip adventure for an upcoming TV series, and we would love to share this experience with you.
Now it's limited to only 8 vans. It is 14 days, all-inclusive adventure with lifelong memories to be made.
Tony is a fully accredited Savannah guide and a qualified four-wheel drive instructor, so we know we'll all be in the best hands on this tour.
Okay, if you are ready and up for the challenge, great company and a whole lot of fun, pack your van, pack your sense of adventure and get ready for the ultimate off-road tour.
To check out the full itinerary and to secure your space, visit 4x4treks.com.au.
We look forward to seeing you up there in Katherine in the Northern Territory to get this adventure started. All right, just waiting for the mama. How you doing, mate? You good?
Good.
And enter Katie.
G'day. Ready to go?
We are ready to roll. Jeez, she's windy out there.
It's so gusty.
The van is blowing around a bit. I'll see if we can see it out this side over here, so you can see. It's yeah. So look, you know, we've dropped the speed back to 85 kilometres an hour. A bit safer. Let's take it easy.
Yep. So we just put our $10 in the donation tin for the RFDS, Royal Flying Doctor again, which is awesome. Filled up our tanks here at Curtin Springs. We did want to talk to you about a unique experience that they offer here on the station, and it is family owned and operated and has been for many generations. Last time we stayed here, we participated in their paper making tour, which is really unique.
It's very cool.
They actually use the native grasses that they find on the station here and do the whole process of hand making beautiful paper and parchments that you can purchase here. And if you participate in the tour, you do get a sample of that paper. But they were telling us when we did the tour, they get orders for weddings and, you know, all sorts of events as well. It's really interesting. It gives an overview of the station, of the family history as well, and it's quite hands-on and interactive if you want it to be. You can have a go at pressing the paper and seeing what goes into it across the road over in their paper-making facility.
And they've got a price point it is up there, you know, it's almost $50, I think, for adults and $25 for kids.
Yeah.
But I guess what it is that it's such a unique experience, and you're getting to take away this one-of-a-kind piece of parchment. You know, it's a really unique experience. We enjoyed it. They have put the price up quite a bit since when we last did. I think it was $30 a head last time. So maybe they've added some other information or activity into it. But if you want to do something really unique, then it'd be worth its money.
Yeah, it was really good and lovely to hear the history of the family and feel like you know them a little bit better, particularly if you're staying here as well. Their daughter also makes beautiful jewellery using the native grasses and the paper as well. And some of those items were on display and just awesome, amazing, really, some of the artwork. So, yeah, definitely a unique experience to do if you're out here at Curtin Springs.
All right, time for us to get on the road. You can see we've still got a good couple of hours ahead of us.
I'm going to jump out and just check that you're all clear on the back.
Yep, perfect. Hit the road, Jasper, and don't you come back no more. What do you say? Love to go on the chopper. Would you guys like to go on the chopper with me?
Yeah.
Over Kings Canyon.
You would?
Yeah.
That would be pretty amazing.
Yeah. We just thought we'd go for a little bit of a walk. We're actually on our way up to dinner. It's around about 4:45 now, and dinner is from 5 p.m. and there's another restaurant as well that serves dinner from 5:30. But we are right on the end of the Unpowered sites that are fairly new, that then open out onto this expanse. So,
it's pretty amazing, really, isn't it? Like how close you are to the canyon.
well, it's just awesome to be able to, just get out and have a little bit of a walk. I mean, the Caravan Park really is just over there. Now, there are signs that you do have to be aware of dingoes when you're walking out through here, and lots of education around the dingoes as well. They do have a problem still with people feeding them, which of course is then what really ends up causing all of the problems. So
Don't feed the dingoes.
don't feed the dingoes.
No.
They may look lean and hungry, but that's just the way they are, from reading the information on it. And once they realise there's a quick feed by humans, then that ends up causing problems down the track. So don't feed the dingoes. But how beautiful is this here? Other than that crow there, which I hope does get taken by a dingo. I'm just kidding. Hey, now, you two.
Yes.
We're going to head up to dinner,
Okay.
and then we're going to go see Bruce Munro's
Light towers.
Light towers. This is a massive caravan park. There's like 150 sites.
lovely is that?
Want to go for a swim? It looks beautiful though. Imagine that in the height of summer. You wouldn't move. Looking at the canyon from there in that beautiful big pool. Awesome. There we go. $2.35 a litre for diesel at Kings Canyon. That's not bad, is it? Let's check out the general store, see what's going on. Last time we were here, $20 for 10 litres of water. Do you remember that? Here we go. What are we running, Katie?
Oh, 15. Bonus. Save yourself $5.
That's right. It's come down $5 in the last 2 years. So it's not too bad, is it? But they do have a pretty good selection of everything else here.
Have you ever seen a wedge-tailed eagle plush before? That is cool. Look at that.
I wonder if they sell many of these.
Oh my god, what is it?
It's a scorpion.
Is it?
Yeah, really cuddly
I can't get him
scorpion. Ah, good. Alright, let's go to dinner, guys. Wait.
Still deciding.
Still deciding.
Oh, are they my drinks?
Mom's and yours.
The tide's in, isn't it? Look at that.
Mine.
And that's yours, okay. Good stuff.
Coca-Cola.
Well, I don't think it's Coca-Cola, but it's in a Coca-Cola glass.
Coca-Cola glass.
How's the meals look, Kate?
Yeah, good.
Hitching up, and because it's so early and we've got neighbours because we're in a caravan park, I'm not going to use the drill because that would be really mean, wouldn't it?
Yes, at this time of morning.
So yeah, so back to the old ways. This is actually one of Jasper's main jobs, which he loves, so he's going to be a little bit disappointed, but you know, better to have a sleeping kid, I think.
Oh, I know, I was going to say,
Yeah.
He's also still toasty and tucked up in bed, the lucky little bugger, so I don't think he'll complain too much.
Right,
Let's do it. Look at that sky. So amazing. Almost beanie time.
The canyon is just waking up. Wowzers, what a beautiful start to the day. Okay, Kings Canyon Resort is where we're staying. It is a Discovery Parks.
That means you can actually get a 10% discount if you're a G'day member.
G'day, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's 150 sites or thereabouts, and they're expanding. In fact, when we drove through here last time, we didn't stay here. We actually stayed at Kings Creek Station, which is an awesome campsite, we have to say.
Yeah, it's about 40 kilometres up the road from where we are here.
And yeah, so the real difference is that that's probably suited to more outback camping, off-grid. They do have powered sites there, but the distance, you know, being 40 kilometres from the main attraction, which is Kings Canyon, could be a deterrent for people. We loved it. But back to here, this is fabulous. From when we drove through last time to now, they have spent a bucket load of money. So the improvements are outstanding. The pool area is stunning. There's large group areas. There's plenty of off-powered areas, all level sites and really beautifully presented. And of course, the backdrop immediately is the whole of Kings Canyon. So as far as you go there, you can't beat it as far as a location is.
Yeah, that's so true. A lot of the powered sites have that really stunning view out to the canyon. When we came in, we booked an unpowered site, and the lovely gentleman at reception there, Tom, also a Gold Coaster, he just highlighted this whole row for me and said you can basically pick your unpowered site. So a hot tip from us would be, don't pick the first one when you drive in. If you're looking for an unpowered site in the Caravan Park, we drove all the way down to the very last site that he'd highlighted and snagged one right on the end of this particular road that has that epic view.
Yeah, it's uninterrupted, exactly. Yeah. Okay, the barbecue, outdoor barbecue option that was here last time, we really missed this time, to be honest. It was Outback. Like, you couldn't mistake it. The character of the place and the way it felt, the food, all cooked in front of you. We loved that experience.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And we're certainly not knocking what's here now. It's stepped up a few notches as far as the presentation, the service.
Well, it's a real restaurant now.
Yeah, it is, which we feel kind of loses some of the, I guess, the
character?
Yeah, the King's Canyon kind of vibe that it did have.
Yeah.
But in saying that, it is really an outstanding service. The meals were fantastic.
The staff, I have to say, in the restaurant and behind the bar were incredibly friendly, full of smiles,
the best
so helpful.
that we have experienced on this particular road trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the highlight here is definitely the light towers and the Bruce Munro art installation. You'll read a lot of reviews on this that people say, why pay when you can stand up on the deck? There's an acoustic set by Pep, who was outstanding. Yep. Thank you, mate. We loved it. We even grabbed one of his CDs, and Jasper and I had a good boogie.
Yes.
You can stand there and you can see the light towers right in front of you. I mean, they're 150 metres away, and so why pay? We were in that boat as well, and then Jasper kept pestering, can we please just walk through it? You know, I want to go and stand up next to them. And we were like, wow, you know, this perception and the eyes and the thoughts that go through his head as a child, we went, okay, yeah, let's do it. We are so glad we did, because he absolutely loved it, and the joy that he had probably was the best part of our experience down there. But it's really unique. It's one of those experiences that it's probably not till you do it that you go, gee, I'm glad I did that. You know, otherwise we were in that boat of, you could take or leave it.
Oh, exactly. It was just awesome. And for $30 for an adult ticket to go and spend as much time as you want walking in and amongst the light towers, and, you know, the joy of having Jasper, who just thought it was the most magical thing, running from one to another to try and catch them as the colours changed, listening to that audio track that has been created specifically for this art installation, and being the only ones in there. We actually had the entire space to ourselves. It was just incredible. Hearing from Kira, one of the staff members here, she gave us the whole background information on why Bruce Munro decided to, you know, create this installation and what it means to him. And it's just fascinating. 14,049 glass bottles that are filled with lights are part of this installation.
Yeah, and they randomly move through a different colour spectrum. Look, the hot tip here would be rug up if you're coming
it was
in.
Freezing.
And this time of the year, we're here in May. So, yeah, you know, and luckily Jasper wanted to make it a bit more active, because otherwise we would have froze out.
Yeah, that's right.
Off. And then walk around and look and experience all 69 of the towers as they're changing from different angles and different perspectives. But coming back and standing, looking forward towards the canyon, it is though they are floating in space. Yeah. It does something to you. In fact, part of the safety briefing, they say, if at any time you feel a little bit unsteady, and just we're here to make sure that we can look after you. And I thought, what's that about? But then when you're in there, you're like, all of a sudden, everything falls away and you're suspended with these light towers. It's a remarkable experience, and we would recommend it.
Definitely. It was awesome.
All right, I'm going to swap arms with Katie now, because this one's about to fall off and I want to sip my coffee.
Good. What else do we need to talk about?
Let's talk about the walks, okay? Yes. Obviously, the highlight here is to come and do the Kings Canyon Rim Walk. There are, in fact, 3 different walks you can do, and we've done all 3, so we want to just briefly tell you about them. Let's start with the Kathleen Springs walk. It's fully accessible, okay, which is incredible the way they have really, and manicured in amongst that natural environment, and the landscape is really beautiful. It's 2.6 kilometres. Any level of fitness really and mobility can do this walk, and we really enjoyed that.
Yes.
The next level up would be, it's only a 2-kilometre walk, and that is the Kings Creek Walk. This is one of the prettiest 2-kilometre family-friendly walks that you could do anywhere.
Yeah, you're basically walking through the gorge, and what's remarkable is when you get to the end point, and it's the beautiful interpretive signage and sculptures and just awesome. And then you look up to the rim, you can see the teeny tiny people that are up there doing the rim walk. And when we did it, we were like, oh, how could we ever go up there? It's wild. It's
a good point, because it's probably best to do that one before you do the rim walk, because then you get, again, a great perspective of what's ahead.
Yeah.
And then the rim walk. Now, we were not going to do this with Jasper last time. Excuse me. He was 4 years old. And very fortunately, around a fire the night before, we met some other campers that had a 2-year-old. Did they have a 9-month-old and an 8-year-old?
They had a swag of kids.
Yeah. And they said,
do it.
You'll regret it if you don't. Yeah. It'll be one of those things you leave and you go, I wish we'd done that. So we did it, and we were nervous about the fact that it is definitely dangerous. There is elements of, unfortunately, danger that present itself where people have
lost their lives.
Yes, and that's generally been around people trying to take selfies and hang off cliffs and do things like that. So they've been probably on the higher risk of things. But it is actually fine as long as you manage your kids and you don't let them go near the edge and you obey the signs and follow the rules. It's spectacular. It's
one of the best walks that we have done together as a family.
And our best tip for that, if you've got kids, is to really plan out some bribery.
Yes.
Because 6.7 kilometres or thereabouts, and it's very strenuous. You need to be of a moderate fitness or above, I think. It's not just...
Well, even just to get up to the top of the rim,
start.
There's like 500 steps that you need to... And they're not like stairs, they're steps cut into the gorge. So, yes, you do need a really good level of fitness, even getting down to the Garden of Eden and back up. There's plenty of steps.
Yes.
But so awesome.
Yeah. First impression... She's a little steep. But talk about getting the best day to do something like this. It is absolutely a pearler. Like, you couldn't get a better day. It's 10 degrees Celsius. It's going to have a high of 22. Absolutely stunning.
So awesome.
Yes, and so having a game, we called it the King's Lost Treasure. And we had these 4 or 5 different points, almost, every kilometre and a half, where he would read a clue and he'd open a little gift, and then he was really looking forward to the next one. And we got back to the car and we were like, well done, He didn't complain about walking once.
The gifts don't have to be, amazing. Like, we had the little Nutella packets, stickers. He got a big prize at the M, which is Eames, his beautiful little emu that he has travelled all around Australia and was so excited to bring back to Kings Canyon. But, kids just love anything, don't they? As long as you make a big deal out of it.
Okay, there are 2 lads here that completed the rim walk today.
Yes.
The 6 kilometres by themselves.
Yep.
Unassisted. They listened to their parents the whole way around.
Yep.
You didn't complain once.
No.
Very impressed. Are you ready for your present?
Yes.
Okay, close your eyes. Here we go, all the way from Kings Canyon Station. A special little donkey head. Oh, camel. It's the Stripey the emu.
Baby emu. Oh, give him a snuggie. Feels so soft. You It feels so soft.
Well done, mate.
Feel them, Jay. Oh, who's them?
Deal out of it.
Yeah, so look, a wonderful experience. It is certainly one of those bucket list items, or it should be on your bucket list to come and experience Kings Canyon and spend a few days. We're here for 2 nights, so a fairly quick visit as far as our itinerary goes, but you could certainly spend longer and experience all of the other opportunities that include, you know, guided talks, helicopter flights. I mean, it'd be pretty amazing to do that as well.
Yeah, the national park is awesome. You do need a national parks pass. You can organise that when you get here. The Discovery Parks, the resort, is just on the edge of the national park, so you can come here, get yourself organised. So
Awesome.
worth it.
This seems more remote than Yulara, than Uluru, doesn't it?
Oh, even the drive out here is really, you feel like you're just driving and driving. You know, you say, come to Uluru and, you know, you've got to do Kings Canyon as well. It's hundreds of kilometres away. So
fully bitumened, beautiful sealed road, really great condition. So, you know, you can get here and we feel absolutely safe. That's the other thing people have been asking about.
yes.
No problem at all. So, and everyone is super friendly. So put it on the list.
Awesome.
Do it. All right, here's
Let's
that
get rolling.
sunrise. On the way to Alice Springs. Let's do it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning at the Kings Canyon on our way to Alice. On our way to Alice, right?
Alice Springs.
Yeah. Okay, Alice Springs. Now, sticking to the bitumen, it is 475 kilometres. So this is a decent drive day. This is probably the longest drive day that we're going to do. Obviously broken up with a few wee stops and a cup of tea and some lunch somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But you can do shorter runs, like 120 kilometres shorter. You can take a shortcut that could end up a long cut. As we found out last night, we spoke to some campers that said, look, I don't know, they said it was graded, but maybe a few years ago, not last week, for instance. So you can cut off a fair whack of distance. 2 other ways you can go. What are they called?
So you can do the Marini Loop, which you do require a permit for.
That looks amazing.
That does look amazing.
Where'd that fly come from?
Oh, flies. And the campers we spoke to said, unfortunately, the state of that track was fairly bad at the current time of recording this. There's also...
Yes, there was, as far as bad, they had hinges come off doors.
Terminals off batteries, I think they said too.
So you can imagine that sort of level of corrugation.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Yes. And then there is, although that looks beautiful, and we've had friends say to us, you've got to do it at some point because it is spectacular. And then there's also the Ernest Giles
That's the other one.
Road.
And that's the one that I'm really keen to do. I mean, the sign does say not suitable for caravans, but it is suitable for off-road caravans.
Yeah.
And so we thought, we'll just duck through there. It's a 100-kilometre stretch of corrugated road. But then we also got told last night that is pretty average at the moment, like 30 kilometres an hour is about the top speed you can do, and it will shake through you even with pressures down. So,
not sure because of our time constraints, obviously, with this trip, whether it's ideal. It does cut off like 120 or so kilometres. I think it's only 350 kilometres from Kings to Alice if you go via Ernest Giles.
Amazing.
Who, interesting fact, I believe was the very first explorer to come out this way. Hence, they named the road after him.
A pioneer.
Yeah, correct me if I've got that
Fantastic. All right, we're good?
We're good. Let's do it. Either way, we're going to Alice.
Alice. Here we come, Alice. Are you good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the road tunes going. I've been asked to do some more karaoke in the car.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll
excellent.
get the
voices
dulcet
up.
tones happening. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do it.
Next we're playing a gypsy wheel thing.
How we?
We are a band of gypsies, mate.
Oh, mate. Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, Caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family and happy trails. Except that crow.
And seagulls.
Yeah. Mosquitoes, seagulls.
Flies.
Yeah, flies, midges, and nut crow.
And ants.
And ants.
Oh, what a ants!
Yeah, bull ants can all get taken by dingoes. But besides that, we love all animals. Jasper, is Tony a very good driver? Yes or no? Yes. Thanks, mate. Did Tony pay you $5 to say yes?
Yeah.
Aha!
Say with my wallet.
Yeah.